Hello and welcome to A Time to Think by Pastor Billy Joe Hillbilly. This is volume 07.06. I'm feeling a wee bit strange. When I sort of, sketched out the outline for this series, I thought about what I wanted to cover, the things I wanted to say, I sort of built sort of an outline, which you can see in the description. And this is the last volume for the series. Don't worry, it's not my last video. Although I'll be honest, I don't currently have any ideas for future, volumes or episodes of the Tidbits series. I think I'll double check, but I think I've got everything done for, the Time to Think series. So what do I do next? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to do something, obviously. It's silly. It's crazy. You won't like this. You will not like this. Kinda just for some reason, I kind of want to have like 100 videos on YouTube. I don't know why 100, but I do. I want 100 videos. And I don't know how many I'm up to now, 60 something, I think, but either way, I've got a long way to go. I just don't know what I'm going to do next, but that's not to worry about right now. Right now, I'm going to do volume 07.06 and then go in and make supper. Dinner, if you prefer, if you're not from the South. Anyway. But again, this is I'm pretty certain, I'll double check, but I think this is the last volume that I had to record, that I had to record for the Time to Think. I think this is it. And again, don't have any thoughts yet on Tidbits or whatever the next episode's going to be about. So I guess I'm going to take a little time to figure out what to do next. So maybe that'll give you a chance to catch up on all these, videos. But anyway, in the Old Testament, there are 10 commandments. I won't go through all of them. You can look them up if you want to. But Jesus, in the New Testament, basically, he gave us 2 commandments. Love God with everything that you are, and love other people like you love yourself. So that, to me, is sort of the hierarchy of things, is God, then others, then self. And I think the world would just work better if everybody had that figured out. If everybody put God first and others second and themselves last. I mean, I know it's not, there'll be times that you kind of have to consider yourself, before others. But I mean, really, if you went around your day-to-day life thinking about how you can benefit other people, how you can serve God. I mean, imagine what kind of beautiful world we would live in. The New Testament, I think it's the way it's phrased, it says that Jesus did not come to replace the law. He didn't come to strike it out, and say, okay, forget the Old Testament, forget the 10 Commandments, I'm going to replace it. It says he came to fulfill the law. To me, maybe this is not the right way to look at it. There are many things that I probably don't look at the right way. Like the camera. Sometimes. But anyway, so it's almost like God said, I give you a few rules, you can't do that. I might as well just simplify it for you because you're obviously stupid. No, I don't. I don't know that God sees us that way. But honestly, it's like we can't follow the rules. Let's simplify them a little bit and just make it a little bit easier for people to grasp. It's, love God, love others. You know, if you follow those and you really truly follow those, then I don't think you have to worry about all the others. You're not going to kill somebody if you love them. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Jesus said, love God with all your heart and love others as you love yourself. So the thing is, there are Old Testament verses that I guess they were for specific groups. You know, the whole, you know, you can eat this kind of creature, but you can't eat this one. You can eat if it's got a cloven hoof, whatever. But doesn't chew cud, it's not okay. But if you choose cud, I don't even know. I can't even keep up with all that. I don't know that anybody can. I mean, I'm sure somebody, you know, has it all written down and figured out and understood and all that. But I mean, gee whiz, wow, that's a lot of stuff to try to keep, you know, in mind. And in Matthew chapter 15, verse 11, Jesus said that it's not what goes in the mouth that defiles a man. It's what comes out of the mouth that defiles a man. So in other words, bacon is okay. Thank goodness. Thank you. Because really, without bacon, I don't know that I would have any reason at all to live. I mean, I used to have friends. I don't anymore. So bacon's it. That's all I've got. If I didn't have bacon, I wouldn't make it. There'd be no reason to continue. There would just really seriously be no reason. I do like bacon. In all seriousness, I do like bacon. So it's not what goes down the throat and out the, well, you know, wherever. You know what I'm talking about. That's not what defiles you. It's what comes out your mouth. It's what's your heart and your mind. It's what you say. It's your thoughts and your. That's what defiles a man. So Jesus didn't say, you know, hey, forget all those old rules and all that. But it does seem to say that there are things that just don't really apply anymore. At least not to Christians now. You see, there's a passage in the Old Testament that talks about, you know, I don't remember exactly how it's phrased. I'm not even going to include it in the description because I don't see that it's, you know, really relevant. But basically, most people take it to mean you don't get tattoos. You know, don't draw all over yourself. Don't mark up your body. Don't, you know, whatever. And I mean, I'll be honest. I've always thought tattoos were, for the most part, not very attractive, and I don't know. I guess I've seen some that were sort of okay and all that, but I kind of picked that Old Testament verse and thought, bleh, tattoos, bad, yeah, gross, disgusting. But you know, I'm starting to think maybe it's not like some small, unobtrusive little, you know, cross on your shoulder, your back, your upper arm. You know, something that's, I mean, why? Okay, if you have your whole blessed body covered in tattoos and nose piercings and ear piercings and belly button piercings and nipple piercings and everything else pierced, okay, maybe that's too far. But that's one small tattoo, I mean, I've seen people that have Bible verses and things like that. Maybe that's not the end of the world, you know. You see, I think the long and short of it is that there are, you know, bigger fish to fry, so to speak. There are more important things to worry about than if someone's got a little cross, you know, on their arm or shoulder or whatever. I don't know. Thank God, bacon's okay though. Anyway, but like I said, you know, maybe it's not the end of the world if you get a tattoo. Maybe I shouldn't think that they're obscene and vulgar and hideous. I mean, if you're supposed to treat your body like a temple, I mean, big blubbery bellies shouldn't be. That's a no-no, I guess, too. Gluttony, all those horrible things. But anyway, you see, there's some things, though, like, some things I think are just sort of like, habits, traditions, kind of like they really have no basis in Scripture in the first place. People, like, here's a couple of examples. One, my grandfather, when he was alive, he made it very clear that long hair on a man was obscene. It was disgusting. It was only women should have long hair, and yada yada yada. That men with long hair were hippies or fruity or whatever. I mean, I'm sure he had all sorts of words to describe long-haired men. But I mean, didn't Samson have long hair? And when he was cut, didn't he lose his strength? I think that was more because he was disobedient, or he allowed. I don't know. It wasn't like his strength was actually stored in his hair. It wasn't actually. There was some sort of don't know the story very well, but she cut his hair, and then he lost his strength, and I think it had more to do with like obedience and putting God before floozies. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to go back and read that one again. But anyway, so but men not wearing earrings or whatever. I mean, there are passages in the Bible that specifically say, like, bring me the golden earrings from your wives and your sons and your daughters or whatever. And it's like, well, then apparently the guys were wearing them too. And it's like, but then there's also passages that talk about, men shouldn't wear women's clothing and women shouldn't wear men's clothing, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I'm not saying go out in your a frilly party dress, don't do that, cross-dressing stuff maybe, but I mean, honestly, isn't there bigger issues in this world to worry about than what someone's wearing or whatever? I know there's no big and little sins, at least in the eyes of God, but it's like, to me, there's so many more important things to worry about first. Let's worry about, I don't know, getting the message of love and forgiveness and the gospel, the good news, the story of Jesus. Is it not more important to get that out there and to show love and compassion toward others? It doesn't mean you have to accept what they do and tell them that what they're doing is okay and all that jazz. And I've talked about love versus acceptance 1,000 times. I'm not going to go through it again. See my other videos. You'll get the picture, I'm sure. But the long and short of it is, some of it just seems, I don't know, so small in comparison to some of the other things that we face in our society in the here and now. That's not to say that, a man wearing a woman's dress is not a sin. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really truly care. I mean, some of this stuff is just, traditional, has no basis in Scripture in the first place, like the long hair on men and men with earrings and stuff like that. I mean, maybe there's some nuggets there, but it's like, do we really want to worry about those little things? And like I said, Jesus himself said, these are the words of Christ, that it's not what goes down your throat and out your bottom that defiles you. It's what comes out your mouth. It's what's in your heart. So we need to, that's why the Bible isn't 6 million pages long, I think. It doesn't have to cover every, thou shalt not wear plaid with solid colored pants on Thursdays every other. Yeah, I mean, we have brains. We can think. You know, put it to use. I mean, maybe a tattoo is sinful. I don't know. I just think there's more important things to worry about in the here and now than little things, little details like that. That's why Jesus said, hey, love God, love others. Just, you know, be reasonable about things. You want a little tattoo? Maybe you won't split hell wide open. But don't go berserk. I mean, don't cover your whole body, split your tongue and have your teeth filed down so you look like a cat, or, you know, whatever. That's scary, people. Scary. Very scary. I don't know. I guess the long and short of it is that for now, you know, just when you start, you know, concentrate on the big stuff. And, you know, if you have a tattoo on your arm, you might not necessarily have to go and have your arm removed, or, you know, go through expensive laser treatments to have the tattoo removed or whatever. Maybe just, you know, try to eat healthy, try to get some exercise, try to show compassion and love in your everyday life, try to follow the teachings of Christ, read the Bible every day, go to church, listen to good Christian music. My recommendations would be For Him, Danny Koki, For King and Country, and Mercy Me. You know, start with those. You know, listen to everything that they've produced, for all of those. Go to church, read the Bible, try to grow, study, think, and then start acting. You know, start doing things. Start, you know, doing what you can and build on those things. You know, find your strengths. Strengths. But pronunciation is not mine. No. But anyway, you know, build on those things. You know, and do the things you do in your life in love. And, you know, be good to each other. Love God. Love each other. That's about it. But again, that's not it. I'm coming back. I just haven't figured out how or with what. What am I going to do next? More tidbits? More little brief snippets? Maybe covering some of the things I've already covered in A Time to Think. That might be an idea. Little short excerpts. Maybe pick particular verses and talk about them. Gonna have to do some reading and studying and thinking, as we all should. Anyway, well, it's getting late and it's time for me to start cooking. So, until I come back and we see each other again, have a good one.